Good morning, students. Today in this class, we are going to learn the chapter Combustion and Flame. What is the difference between the burning of a candle and the burning of a fuel like coal? Students, you can see the two picture. A candle is burning with the flame and the coal is burning. That is, you can see it has become red hot. Does it means we can say only candle is burning and the coal or a charcoal is not burning? No. The coal or charcoal burns in air, producing carbon dioxide, heat, and light. Then, what do you mean by combustion? Combustion is a chemical process in which the substances reacts with oxygen to give off heat is called combustion. So we can directly say any of the substances which are burning in the presence of air or oxygen, we are going to call it as a combustion process which is taking place. The substance that undergoes combustion is said to be combustible. Any of the substances which undergoes burning, they are called as combustible, and it is also called as fuel. A fuel may be solid, liquid, or gas. The fuel, a solid, if you are taking example, a wood will be a example, or any other hard substances, we can directly call it as a solid. For liquid fuel, we can directly say petrol, diesel, kerosene, or other liquid substances. And for the gases, we can say that is LPG, liquid petroleum gas, which are used in our kitchen, and even gasoline. So these are the example. Sometimes light is also given off during combustion, either as a flame as a glue. Then, in the combustion, we are having two types of combustion. One is a complete combustion, and in the next one, we are having incomplete combustion. The first thing we shall go for a complete combustion. A combustion is a complete oxidation of organic compounds into carbon dioxide water molecule in the presence of oxygen. Students, you can see in the first reaction, that is a fuel. A fuel may be any other fuel. Whenever it reacts with a sufficient amount of oxygen, thereby we can see the production of carbon dioxide, water, and energy. In this reaction, you can see only carbon dioxide, water, and energy which is utilized. That is, if a complete supply of oxygen which is burnt, so the burning of fuels such as wood, gas, petrol, diesel is termed as a combustion. But students, have you ever observed while a wood is burning, you can see a heavy smoke which is produced. That is a black color like substances which are produced. And even whenever a camphor is burnt, thereby you can see a black sooty like carbon particles which are emerged. So thereby you can notice that some amount of particles which are left behind, isn't it? That is, you can say a complete combustion reaction which has not been taken place, or even the burning of that substances which has not taken place. So for that one, we are going to call it as incomplete combustion. For the burning of a fuel, if the supply of oxygen which is very less, so instead of the carbon dioxide produced, there will be the production of carbon monoxide and water. If instead of carbon dioxide, if a carbon monoxide is produced, means we can directly call it as which one, that is incomplete combustion. So in a incomplete combustion, greenhouse gases such as carbon monoxide will be produced, which is not useful in the environment. So far we have learned that is, if a substances which is completely burnt means carbon dioxide will be produced, we are going to call it as which one? That is a complete combustion. Whereas in the next one, as I have told, it is an incomplete combustion. That is, the substances or a particles will be left behind, or a residue if it is present, and more smoke or sooty like substances which are produced, then we are going to call it as a incomplete combustion, and carbon monoxide will be produced. The respiration is an also example for a combustion. So hereby the burning of fuels such as wood, gas, petrol and diesel is termed as gas, and you know that it burns and produces carbon dioxide, water and energy. But the similarly process takes place in our body is nothing but breathing. That is nothing but what? The food particles which we are going to intake, that is glucose, and the oxygen. Glucose means whatever may be the carbohydrate, proteins or sugar molecules, in all those things we will be having what? Glucose. Glucose, whenever it reacts with the oxygen, that is we are going to intake oxygen, right? That oxygen, when it reacts with the food particles, that is glucose, we are going to have carbon dioxide. That is carbon dioxide we are going to expire. That is what happens, we are going to inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. That is the byproducts of this respiration is carbon dioxide, the first one, and even water and even energy. Energy will be stored in the body in the form of which one? That is ATP. That is why here by combustion process is also taking place in any of the living organisms. So respiration and a slow combustion, here they are telling. Slow combustion is a form of combustion which consumes time and takes place slowly at a low temperatures. We all know that, isn't it? In our body, whatever may be the respiration process which takes place or the food particles which are digested are nothing but a slow process. In respiration, glucose is oxidized and carbon dioxide and energy are released in the process. This is a very similar reaction to the combustion. So here by students, you can see the picture here. The burn of a fuel in the body of any organisms, or even we can take example of us. Thereby what happens, they have given the fuel. That is the fuel here nothing but the carbohydrate or the food particles which we have intake. Whenever it reacts with the oxygen which we have inhaled, thereby the byproducts which are produced are nothing but, as I said, carbon dioxide, water and even heat. That is nothing but we are going to call it as aerobic respiration. So what do you mean by the word aerobic respiration? Aerobic is nothing but which one? A respiration which takes place in the presence of oxygen. A respiration which takes place in the presence of oxygen, we are going to call it as aerobic respiration. Making ATP energy by utilizing or by burning fuels in many small steps. So thereby you can see the first picture, the food and even ATP. So here we can directly say the food particles which are eaten, thereby it starts to break up into smaller pieces by utilizing energy in the presence of oxygen. And even in the sixth picture you can see that is a car and even a cellular respiration. In both the pictures you can see that is heat which is produced. That is, in the first one car, what happened, the fuel they are going to intake as which one? A petrol, diesel or anything. But in the cellular respiration we are going to take the food. In both also what happened, combustion will be taking place. So hereby heat which is produced in the car and even in our body also some amount of heat will be produced or energy will be produced and it will be given off, isn't it? But at the last you can see carbon dioxide and even the water molecules. In both also we can see the production of these. So thereby we can see a combustion process does not occur only in outside the body or in an environment, even in a body. Thereby what happen, you can say combustion process will be taking place. Students, can you observe these pictures? In the first picture you can see the candle burning with the flame, you can see, and in the second picture thereby what happened, you can see that is flame which cannot be seen, and in the third one a complete fire which has been extinguished. Can you say that is why there is a flame in the first one and in the third one? That is, you can easily say in the third picture you can see a covering which has been placed here. So thereby a oxygen supply what happened is completely cut off. Whenever the oxygen supply is completely cut off, then for any of the substances which has to burn means, as I already said, there must be the presence of oxygen. So in the first picture you can see a candle is burning by utilizing which one? That is oxygen. But in the second picture what happened, a little the fire has been extinguished, and in the third one you can see a complete stop of a fire because a complete supply of oxygen has been stopped. Thereby we can directly say for any other substances which has to burn, it requires which one? That is air or oxygen. And even here they have given a boy is sleeping and he has been covered with which one? That is a cloth. They are asking, that is, the clothes of a person catches fire. The person is covered with a blanket to extinguish fire. Can you guess why? Students, as I said in the last kind of a activity, that is for any kind of a burning of a substances, it requires which one? A supply of oxygen. Whenever the person is caught with the fire, he is covered with blanket because to stop the supply of oxygen. Whenever oxygen supply is stopped to the body, then a cloth will not start to burn, and thereby what happen? A person will be rescued. Have you heard about the forest fire, students? A forest fire is nothing but during extreme heat of summer at some places dry gases catches fire. As dry gases they are very ready for the burning, what happen? They easily catches fire. From the grass it spread to trees and very soon the whole forest is on a fire. It is very difficult to control such fires. Do these experiences tell you that different substances catch fire at different temperatures? As the substances, what happen is going to catch the fire at a different temperatures. The lowest temperature at which substances catches fire is called ignition temperature. So it is very important. So what do you mean by the word ignition temperature? The lowest temperature which a substance catches fire is called as which one? That is ignition temperature. We have seen the matchstick, isn't it? Then how does this matchstick works? You might have seen, that is, by the time whenever you are going to take a matchstick and if you are just scratching over the kind of a box, you are going to see the flame will start to come out. Then what is the chemical reaction which has been taken place and what are the substances which has allowed it? Now we have to see. The head of the safety match contain only antimony trisulfate and potassium chloride, that is the head of the matchstick. The rubbing surface has powdered glass and a little red phosphorus, that is hereby what happen in the matchbox, whatever may be the red color substances which you are going to see, they are going to have, that is a red phosphorus. By the time whenever they are going to rub, a red phosphorus will be converted into which one? That is white phosphorus. A red phosphorus and even white phosphorus, they are nothing but the isotopes of phosphorus. White phosphorus and red phosphorus both are very dangerous in their nature. By the time whenever they are rubbed, thereby immediately thereby what happens? Potassium chloride reacts with the matchstick head to produce enough heat to ignite antimony trisulfate and start to combustion. Students, here we are having an activity. You can see in the first picture, that is a kind of a paper which is filled with the water. And even in the second one, paper cups, what happened? There is no water. So they are asking, we have to have these paper cups and we have to fill it with the water. After we are going to burn, what happens to the paper? They are asking. They are telling what happens to the paper cup with the water. Does water in the paper cups becomes hot? Yes. If we continue heating the cup, we can even boil water in the paper cup. Can you think the explanation of this phenomenon? Means they are asking. Here in the first picture, what happened? The cup was filled with water, but even though the paper does not burn and the water starts to boil. But in the second picture, thereby what happened? Paper cups, if it is burning, what happened? Or if it is kept near the flame, it starts burning. So what is the reaction which is taking place? So the heat which is supplied to the paper cup is transferred to water by conduction. Thus how what happened in the first picture, the paper does not burn. The heat which is supplied to the paper directly transferred to which one they are telling? To the water. So in the presence of water, the ignition temperature of paper is not reached, hence it does not burn. So in the first one, what happened? The what happens? Water starts to burn because thereby what happens? They are telling the ignition point, what happen will be changes because there is a presence of water. But in the next one, there is no changes in the ignition temperature. Thereby what happen, you can see that is paper starts to burn. In this class, we have learnt the ignition temperature and the why the fire which extinguishes and what do you mean by combustion and what are the types of combustions. Thank you.